That was the face I was making. What is happening, everybody? What's up? What's going on? Happy Friday. Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Are you done?
No.
Must you sing it every time?
Well, first of all, I feel like it's actually been a while since I've sung us into the beginning of the show.
It's every time.
No, it is not. People out there, back me up. I feel like it's been a while since I've given a good singing along to the beginning of the show. But whatever. How's it going, everybody? It's No Pants Friday, after dark, happy hour.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
You got your water beer over there.
I have my cheap ass domestic beer. Yes, I bought a 6-pack last weekend while we were hanging out with our friends in Palm Springs, and I brought home 5 of them. So we know what a big drinker I am.
See, and I had to run just before the show. I was gonna run to Smith's, which is our local grocery store, to get beer for my beverages for the evening, and but then this one over here wanted a particular pizza. Those, I don't know if you guys ever go to Walmart, but they have like these long pizzas in the deli section, and she really likes them. Whatever.
I don't like a lot of pizzas,
and she wanted me to pick it up for dinner, so I went there instead. And let me tell you, Walmart, hands down, ET finger up, worst beer selection on the planet. Apparently, Walmart shoppers, they just want their
Bud Light,
basically Coors Light, Bud Light, crap beer.
We're a simple crowd.
There's nothing good there. I like going, Smith's doesn't have like a huge selection either, but they have at the end of the aisle, they have a it's craft like a beer. Craft beer thing where you basically build your own 6-pack, and I really like those. But no, this one, you wanted a particular pizza for dinner after the show, so I got some. Oh, I mean, the beer's good, but it's like I didn't really have much of a choice, so there was like nothing. So
I did not want to spend $75 to DoorDash dinner tonight at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Anyway, so I did.
You should be happy that I'm thrilled with a $5 frozen refrigerated pizza.
And I got the Lagunitas, which is pretty good, but it's like there just wasn't a whole lot of options. But
Greg knows Busch beer, Coors Light.
It's okay.
It's
okay.
Milwaukee Steel Reserve.
We have friends coming over on Monday, and actually our friend Dynasty, I doubt she's watching right now, but she is a part of the community, and our friend here and her lover, glam babe, Adrian, he enjoys a beer or two. And so I'll probably head to, what's that place called? Wine.
I don't know. I won't be going there. So.
Well, I know, but you've been there before. It's next to Home Goods. Wine, whatever. It's called Wine something. I don't know why it's gone off the top of my head. But they have like a whole aisle of just all like the most awesome beer ever.
Aisle.
Both sides. Awesome beer. You build your little 6-packs. And there it's like you get all kinds of stuff. Sours, Kolsch's, all kinds of delicious stuff. So tell us what you guys are having for a drink. I see that Laura says that she hasn't had anything in 4 weeks and she's about to break.
I'm shocked. 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Are you on the wagon? What is happening?
Yeah. I don't know. So let us know what you're boozing on tonight.
Teresa, it's Total Wine.
Yeah, Total Wine. Sorry. She knows. Even though she doesn't drink at all. It's from picking up gifts for others. Anyway, they have a good beer section. They used to have like an awesome you could get growlers filled up there, and that was good.
They still do that?
No, they don't. They shut it down.
They stopped it for COVID?
No, they stopped it before that. I think maybe they weren't not enough people were doing it.
You can still go down the street to Barley's and have growlers filled at Barley's for local brews.
Yeah, but they were always like switching it around, and it was crazy cheap for like really good beer. So I don't know.
Pam says she's drinking water, the strong stuff.
The strong stuff. Cool,
yep.
Cool.
Ocean Deals is drinking tea. Yep. Somebody's having tacos. Deb is drinking little tiny Tito's bottles, which she picked up last weekend, the weirdo. I don't understand. She didn't want to buy a bottle of Tito's vodka. She had to buy a case of Nips, the little airline beverages. I think it's pretty funny.
Oh, so Laura says that dry February is smarter than dry January because it's a shorter month. Actually, I did dry January. And then, but then Julie, effing Julie, came to visit, and so of course I had to have some beverages with Julie, and so I just went like 5 days into February to make up for it. But I hear you. Sometimes it's a good idea to take a little breaker.
I am just not a big drinker, so
I like beer. What's wrong with that?
I'll have 1 or 2 a month.
Yeah,
is pretty much the gist.
Yeah.
Usually when friends come over to play, if I go out to play games, if we go out with Britt and our friend James, or if they come here, I'll usually have a drink. But for the most part, not my thing.
What's going to happen tomorrow when we go have brunch in downtown Henderson where they have bottomless mimosas?
Well,
how's that going to go?
If they're still serving brunch with the bottomless mimosas, because we're going on Saturday, not Sunday.
It was a Saturday.
We'll see.
It was a Saturday.
It depends what time we get there.
It was a Saturday.
Okay.
I'm just asking. You're complicating it. My question
Can I answer the fucking question?
No, we're even 5 minutes in. So rude.
6 minutes in. I will be drinking. I will be drinking bottomless mimosas if they have them.
Okay. This is just a little message I wanted to send to somebody. Anyway, that was all my question is what happens when, I think that's the one time when you, like normally if we have like a party or go to a party, even if you're like, I'm going to drink tonight, woohoo! And you're like, you act like you're going to get like so crazy and then you have 1.5 beers, or you get really crazy and it's like 5 hours later and you've had 2.5 beers. But we're talking like 2.5 Coors Light.
It's true.
But
or maybe flavored seltzery White Claw, basic white girl White Claw.
But bottomless mimosas, the rules
That's
change.
a whole other story.
The rules change. This one gets silly Billy and then takes a nap at 1 PM. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, so if you've watched our show before, this is kind of like one of our mottos: don't be a dick. It's an easy, simple rule for life, for business, how you handle situations, how you handle people, and bottom line, # don't be a dick. We like to say that. And so Vikki had gotten these pins. She had gotten a few of them before and then ordered a bunch more. And so we're going to give a couple of these away tonight. And so we've done this before where basically this is what's going to happen, guys. If you're watching the show now, pay attention to some of the stuff we talk about. And later on, towards the end of the show, I'll ask a couple of trivia questions based on things that have been discussed, that have come up in conversation, that have transpired over our time here tonight. And then it'll be like whoever answers first gets a don't be a dick pin mailed to them by Victoria, because I'm not going to send it.
No.
So
I bought them. I'll mail them.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what happens. Yeah. So clearly you can tell that Katy hasn't talked to anybody all day, because for 8 minutes now, I think she has talked for 7.4 of them straight.
So rude. One heck of a thrifter. What's happening? Haven't seen you in the chat in a while.
Hey, what's up? She says, I'm doing just that. No damn pants.
Yep, exactly. I see some people in the chat that want to prize. So anyway, this is our No Pants Friday show after dark that we have brought back to try and do every other week. Technically, we should have done this show this last Friday, but we were in California, in Palm Springs, and we, for a second, flirted with the idea of doing a show from there, but it just wasn't in the cards because we were doing other stuff.
Yeah, the Friday night would have been too hard.
So whatever. Basically, what it boils down to is we do what we want when we want. Sorry about it, but we're not. So
sorry about it,
but we're not. So here we are, and this is basically just our casual hangout, happy hour. Let's drink some beer, booze, or dirty water. I don't know, and talk and ask me anything. Ask us anything. AMA, what you got going on?
I know what's happening, kids. I think I see a few people in the chat that we haven't seen in our chats for a while. So like we don't do a heck of a lot. On Friday nights. since COVID. We used to go out more.
Ever?
No, but we used to go out more. We go out a little bit less now. So, Saturday night's kind of our thing. So we do Saturday night date night, or at least Saturday days off for sure. So we figured Friday's a good one. Every other weekend is good so that we're home and it doesn't feel like it's infringing on plans or anything.
And as you saw with Vikki and her mental break that happened at 6 minutes in, she's very, very sick of being stuck with only me in the house.
It's
and
true.
she's desperate for social interaction.
Well, last weekend was a good
she got a little bit of a taste of it this last weekend, but doesn't mean that's enough. So we will hopefully get more. She's now currently writing me a note. And so I'm going to look at that note. And yes, I see one heck of a thrifter, $2 super chat looking for a pen. We'll see about it. Maybe you answer a question later. Maybe one just shows up. I don't know. We'll see.
Who knows?
Who knows?
It could happen.
It could happen. Who was the comedian that used to say it could happen?
Was it Paula Poundstone?
No,
I don't know. It just came to my head for some reason. I don't know. Somebody Google that shit, right?
The one with the accordion. Yeah.
Julie Tenuta. What's her
Is
name?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Tracy's here watching Dateline. So Tracy, you like 80s hair bands and you also like to watch TV old school style as it's being broadcast. Apparently 2003 has not called you with a TiVo. But
or DVR
or DVR.
I don't think TiVo is actually working
or
anymore.
DVR, but apparently has to watch Dateline as it comes out. So now, because we've scheduled our show for 6 o'clock on Friday nights, or for her on the East Coast, 9 o'clock, she's at home taking a break from listening to Poison to watch Dateline and watch us during the commercials.
Listen, you don't know. Rude. She's so rude, Tracy. Do you see what I have to live with? Jeez.
Okay,
so
cool casual vibe.
There's a good request.
Once has an early request for Sunday and would like me to do more modeling of Vikki's finds. Here's the thing. When we had our show on Sunday, if you were paying attention, I was very disappointed that Victoria did not bring a particular item of clothing to show, because I wanted to model it. So there actually is something that she picked up when we were in California.
Well, it's already with Crystal. I don't tell you.
What the GD hell's going on?
You're going to have to.
I told you.
You're going to have to wear it next week. So here's the thing. Every single thing I picked up in California, even though I only showed like 6 things on last Sunday's show, every single thing went to my lister this week. So I'm not going to have anything from that lot until next week. I did, however, go thrifting a little bit today. I have 4 or 5 things. I will probably go hit a store tomorrow just so I have enough to show on Sunday. You know, I got to get the stuff in and get it out of the house. That's the way I roll.
So it is Judy Tenuta. She was so funny. That's it.
Not Julie Tenuta.
She was so funny. It can happen. Yeah. So,
Teresa, good question.
What's the question?
What's something you really resent paying for?
Well, I learned this week, speaking of really resent paying for, I learned this week that Vikki goes into a blind rage when any car expenses come up. So how do you feel about tires?
That's pretty much it. That's what I was going to say. Car expenses and computer expenses.
Yeah, one of our tires when we were in California, and I noticed when I went to the store just now, the little light was on. I think it has a slow leak, and it's time for us to get new tires.
It's 50,000 miles. We need new tires.
Yeah, and I had told her, because it happened when we were in California, I told her, like, hey, we're going to need to get new tires, which is like, whatever. One of them got replaced last year, so it should be fine. So the other 3 it's going to be like maybe $600. And she's like, she got real mad, guys. She got real mad about it.
I hate paying for car crap. This is why I buy a new car every few years. You don't have to do anything but oil changes. Anyway, I just wanted to highlight Miss Sophia. What? Girl, we have not seen you in forever. Listen, we need to get together. Seriously, we need to get together. Brunch, coffee, something. It's really good to see you. She lives here in Vegas, and I don't think we've seen her in a couple of years at least.
It's been a long time, way before the whole pandemic thing.
Yeah, so I really hate paying for repairs. That's one thing, like vehicle repairs or vehicle maintenance. Stupid. And then
I hate paying for anything personal.
She is the cheapest mofo I've ever met in my life. She'll spend $100 to sell a $200 t-shirt, but she will not buy herself a new pair of mother friggin' socks.
We went to
$6.
We went to Walmart a while back, and she had there was some stuff that she wanted to get, and like I needed a couple of things, and she grabbed like a bunch of stuff, and then like she didn't have her wallet with her or something, so then I had to pay for everything. And one of the things that we were getting that she had grabbed was some stupid cat t-shirt that cost like $7, which I never would have bought on my own, but it was supposed to be a gift for me, but I ended up paying for it.
I gave you
just
money
listen for a second. I believe I brought it up to her at least 5 times. Hey, are you going to give me money? It's so stupid because it's like
she's ridiculous.
But I was like so irritated that I had paid $7 for a t-shirt for myself that she picked out. But yeah, so basically anything for myself.
Honest to God, she's the cheapest mofo on the planet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She will wear shit till it's fallen apart. Most of the time I do the laundry. So here's a like little insight to us, right? Most of the time I do the laundry. I'm definitely the more housewifey type. I do a lot of the housework stuff. She does the heavy lifting, takes the trash out, takes the car to be repaired, all that kind of crap that I don't want to deal with, the IT department. So anyway, I usually do the laundry, although she did do it today, and I prefer when she does it because
I'm a good folder.
She is a very good folder, way better than me. Anyway, so every time I do the laundry, I'm washing 8,000 black t-shirts because, hello, have you met her? That's all she wears, black frickin' t-shirts. So washing and folding black t-shirts, none of which are vintage. She doesn't wear vintage clothes. She just sells them. She wears cheap-ass clothes that she finds for herself. So
they're cool though.
They're cool. But when you start washing them a million times, because what she does is I'll wash 10 t-shirts, they go in the drawer, and then she wears the same ones over and over again because she puts them in the drawer the same way. Because listen, I know there are some of you that do that, right? She's one of them. So I'm taking them and folding them, and they have like armpit holes, and I'm like, can we get rid of the shirt now because it's ventilated? She's like, but I like that shirt.
But
you paid $4 for it used, and you've worn it 100 times. Throw it the frig away.
The ventilated ones I wear at home because they're comfortable. Okay. And speaking of, somebody brought up socks. And speaking of socks, I recently got rid of almost all of my old socks, and I'm slowly replacing them with super awesome movie socks. And that's why I did buy some socks for myself this year.
She did.
I bought like a bunch of
like two or three pairs of socks.
Yeah, but like horror movie
Shocking.
Socks. And one pair I bought for Dana, and then I cannot for the life of me figure out where I put them.
I don't know where you put them.
But they were a present for Dana. Anyway, so that's like my new plan is to completely replace. But like, there's a pair of shoes I really want, but I haven't.
And I refuse to buy them.
But I haven't pulled. I don't want you to buy them for me.
I know.
But I haven't pulled the trigger because it's like I don't want to spend $100 on a pair of shoes, but I know I want them, so it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
It's ridiculous. Where on the other hand, I have don't come at me, Gen Z, but I have 75 pairs of black leggings, right? And I have an entire wide dresser drawer full of black leggings, and I go through and throw out 3 or 4 pairs every few months or whatever, because how they fade, they get pilly. Doesn't matter how much you spend on them, and I'm not a Lululemon person, so I'm too cheap for that. But 500 pairs of black leggings because I'm gonna wear my leggings. I don't care what the 20-year-olds say. I'm not parting my hair down the middle, and I'm going to wear leggings and skinny jeans so you can bite me.
Who cares?
Send me the hate mail. I don't care. I already wore baggy shit. We owned that. We invented that. So did that. Been there, done that in the 90s.
Speaking of Teresa, Teresa gives the best sock. My favorite socks that I have are ones that she's given me. Like a year or more ago, she got me these awesome Hellraiser socks. And I'm not like an obsessive fan of Hellraiser, but I like Hellraiser. But they're an awesome design, and they're really good quality socks. So I love them, and I'm always happy when I'm wearing them. They're one of my favorite pairs. And then she also just recently sent me ET socks, and they are also awesome. So Teresa has figured out that, or now she knows that to make me happy, she just has to send me movie socks. And I'm pretty stoked about it.
I am like Gina. I don't mind washing and drying. The folding, sometimes I have to run it through the dryer 2 or 3 times because, I hate wrinkly clothes and I forget to dry them, to fold them. But it's the putting stuff away when it's in the basket that sucks. I am with you, girl. That's what it kills me.
Yeah. I'm very particular about how my stuff is folded. whereas she's not so particular, and so I usually have to refold my t-shirts and my socks. She puts the socks together inside out, and I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Clearly, I'm a monster.
No, okay. Talk about things you resent. You want to know why this one over here is a real monster? Do you guys want to know? First of all, let me ask a question. Yeah,
why am I a real monster?
Because let's get into it. Here's the question, guys. Okay, you guys are gonna. I want answers. So 1 or 2 is your answer. 1 or 2. 1, if the toilet paper goes over the top. 2, if the toilet paper goes under the bottom. Okay, so when you put a new roll on, 1 if it goes over the top, 2 if it goes under the bottom.
I realize this is an age-old dispute.
Hold on. No, don't say anything yet. 1 if it should go over the top, 2 if it should be under the bottom. Okay. Now I have a very.
How about 3 if you don't give a flying frig?
I told you to shut your GD mouth, and I mean it. Okay, guys. Here's the deal. I am adamantly, strongly. Adamant and very set in stone in my belief that it should be 1 over the top. Okay, so you're probably thinking she's a monster because she is a 2 under the bottom. No. She's a monster because she doesn't care. Because sometimes she changes it and it's over the top, and sometimes it's under the bottom. Like, what even is that? I don't even understand. Like, I can understand, I guess, being committed to number 2, which you're still wrong. But at least it's a belief in something. You're like a nihilist over there with your toilet paper.
Jamie, I am the same. Whichever way it gets put on the roll, who cares?
Jamie, no. What's wrong with you?
Listen.
Unbelievable. Yeah, exactly.
You guys are very vehement about where your toilet paper is.
I just don't understand how you can't even have an opinion about it.
Listen, we are still feeling the ramifications of early COVID 2020. Having toilet paper is a luxury, people.
Right. So I want to treat my toilet paper with respect.
Be appreciative.
And put it on the way it deserves, which is over the top, not with no care in the world. Like it's a second thought, like it doesn't even matter. Jeez. You don't even, what is it? Can't even look at you right now.
You guys
and then there you are. All around, and there you are, all around me.
Laura, I don't care about a lot of things, but that's next level, Vikki. Listen, Laura, when I come and visit you in Michigan, I am flipping your toilet paper roll. You just wait.
No.
All of you people that are flipping out about this, when I come to your house, you just wait. I'm going to change your toilet paper rolls just to mess with you.
I will say the only nice thing about her being an absolute monster nihilist a-hole about toilet paper, the only good thing about it is that when she does get it wrong and puts it under and I flip it over to the over, she doesn't care. So it doesn't have to be a battle. But
I don't even
believe
notice.
Me. Exactly. Believe me, when she does it the wrong way, which there is a wrong way, I correct it. And luckily she doesn't care.
You guys are ridiculous. So let's see. Where's some I saw another question there from Teresa, I think.
She wants to know what the craziest question or craziest conversation you've overheard. Craziest.
I'll have to think about that one. Let me come back to that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I can think of it one off the top of my head. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know.
Lid on the toilet, up or down? Lisa asks.
You mean like the lid? So I'd say we leave it up.
Well, it's all girls here,
leave it
so
up.
we don't have
no, not the seat.
Oh, not
lid.
the seat. Lid up. Some people always need it down. We don't have cats. Our dogs can't reach
I don't
the
see
toilet
it. To me, I
bowls.
don't see them. I don't really want to be touching the seat all the time. So might as well. I mean, the lid could be up. We keep our toilets clean, so it's not like it's a horror show if we have the lid up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because we don't. I don't know. Some people, it's an issue because you have pets that will try to drink out of the bowl, or they make a mess, or you got little kids that are going to put stuff in the toilet bowl. Because I've been there. I have a child. She's grown, but she did do that shit. That kind of thing. But otherwise, I mean, we're two adults. So
Teresa wants to know, what's the most addicted to a game you've ever been? Well, you're not a computer game person.
I'm not a gamer. I hate video games. I hate computer games. I don't play any of them. So I really can't even answer that. I've never been addicted to a game at all. What?
Nothing?
Monster? Is that what you just said?
Doesn't care about toilet paper. Doesn't like games. Doesn't particularly care about ice cream. I mean, there's things we need to talk about, guys.
Oh yeah, Megan, I totally care if the roll is not put on there at all. She's guilty of that.
But it very rarely happens. Very rarely. It's not like an ongoing
like maybe
thing.
once a month.
Very rarely.
I'll go into the half bathroom downstairs and there's no toilet paper roll and there's none under the sink. And I'm like, hello, my ass is in the wind here.
But the thing you're leaving out is that I'm basically in charge of making sure somehow it's an unspoken agreement that I was never privy to, but I've figured out over time. I am solely responsible for making sure there's toilet paper in the different bathrooms. Yes. And when it runs out, it is immediately my fault. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying. And Megan, I saw you said something earlier. I was going to click on it and then it went away. But Megan is saying that we're a good distraction for her because she's having a rough time lately.
I did see that
relationship woes. Also, you recently, I know, I didn't realize it at the time because I didn't see your posts. But then after the fact, I saw that you had COVID and were really super sick.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm glad. So, I hope you're feeling better. And you know what? We've all been, well, maybe not all of us, but I've been where you are right now, and it sucks. So I'm sorry, and I hope that things get easier, and I hope maybe we can make you laugh and give you a distraction tonight for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So speaking of what's the most addicted to a game you've ever been, I wouldn't say I've ever been addicted to games. I have gone through times when I've had played video games and stuff like that. Like in high school, I had a Super Nintendo, and then later on I had like a PlayStation 2, an Xbox and stuff. I would say the game I had the most fun playing, one of the few games I've actually finished the entire game, was Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And it seriously was such a fun role-playing game. And I'm normally not like super into role-playing games. But anyone out there who's ever played Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars, it's so much fun. You go through and you get to make different choices and stuff like that. And then depending on which way you're going, you either the light side or the dark side. And of course I went dark side. So by the end, I was like freaking bad dude, man. It was really fun. But I actually played that when I played, it was like 90 hours to get through the whole game.
Lorna, who popped in just to say Coors Light, I can't even. Shut your mouth, Lorna.
She's all about the what is it you call it?
She likes White Claw, which I call
white clam.
She introduced me to that actually before it became super basic white girl, like 3 years ago when we were at her house. Okay, so let me see. There's a question here somewhere.
All right, who's got some questions other than Teresa?
No, we're going white clam. Yeah, that's what I call it. Let's see.
Come on. Let's move it a little quicker than grab one.
I like Danica's question here.
Okay.
If you had to sum up the whole human species in 3 words, what would those words be?
The whole human species.
I already have it easily. You want me to go?
Species. 3 words. Let me think.
I'm going to go first because she's going to think about it. I don't need to think about it. Most people suck.
I would say...
That's my 3 words.
I don't think most people suck. However, I will say if I'm going to sum up the whole human species, I would say own worst enemy. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's some people.
I think the vast majority of people spend way too much time working against their own best self-interests, even if they think that they are only trying to serve themselves. So I would say own worst enemy. You gotta move it along, or you get the mouse taken away from me because we're not going to sit here in silence and stare at the screen.
Sorry. I was reading it.
What's your most recent lie? I have to say I'm not a liar. I mean, I've definitely had times when I was much younger when I would lie about things. I really I have a real problem with lying now. And I think you told me recently that I'm really bad at it. You can tell. Like we were joking around about something and she knew I was lying. Mm-hmm. And
I would take that as a compliment that you're really bad at lying.
Yeah. Well, I'm just super, I don't know. I feel like,
so here's the thing. Sometimes you want to give that little white lie to get out of plans We've all done that, right?
And how do I feel about
and
that?
She hates doing that. She's like, you can say no. No is a complete answer, right? Dana's been telling me that for years. No is a complete answer. I'm terrible at saying no. I take on all this awful guilt, right? So I can't say no ever to helping someone, to doing something, to being somewhere. I'm terrible at it. So if I at the last minute am consumed with anxiety and I just don't want to go, or even if I have a headache, or it doesn't matter. If you don't want to do something, you should be able to say no, right? I can't. For whatever reason, it's just not, I have a very hard time with it.
Well, and
so I try to blame things on her because that helps. She's always like,
blame me. I
don't care. Half the time I'll try to make up an excuse so that I don't hurt somebody's feelings, or I feel like I'm not hurting somebody's feelings. Like I feel like I need to make up an excuse. One of those little white lies that, isn't going to hurt anything. She can't even do that. So I'm terrible at it. Here's
the thing, guys. First of all, after I hit a certain age, when I was much younger, lying about stuff, it's like I feel super guilty about it because I just don't think it's the right thing to do. Secondly, when you use lies, even if you think it's helping, when you use lies, the problem is that if it's discovered that you made an excuse and you lied, it's much, much worse. It's much worse. Okay. And so to me, it is always the best way to go, if only just for only just to be honest, but also because you end up getting yourself into more trouble. And we're talking about silly things like,
right. So here's what some other people in the chat are understanding and getting about that, and you don't get because you don't have that issue. So like having massive anxiety about stuff, and you don't though. So you social anxiety and having anxiety about things, and that sometimes you're kind of at the last minute and you're just like, I just can't do it. I can't make myself do it. And you're not being a people pleaser and not wanting to hurt people's feelings. So you kind of make up excuses about not doing something. Katy doesn't feel that way about stuff. She's very easily able to just.
I'm not.
Can you let me talk?
Yes.
So she's very easily able to say that and get it out and not feel guilty or anything. She's like, yeah, I'm just not feeling it tonight. I have a really hard time with that. So it's definitely tied up in the anxiety part and the social anxiety.
When I say I get it, I'm saying I understand what you were saying, not that it happens to me as well. And so I understand that that's why you do it. But the problem is that when you do something like that to get out of, because you aren't able to go to something like, okay, so for instance, Thanksgiving, we had plans to spend time with our friends for Thanksgiving. It was going to be a very small group. Well, that very small group turned into a very big group. And because we were very concerned about COVID, and that particular time, the numbers were super high and we weren't comfortable going. We needed to tell them like, hey, we're just not comfortable going. We're not going to go. And then
I made her do it. Yeah. I made her do it. I wasn't going to lie about it. I was not making something up in that case, but it was very hard for me to say because we were planning on going, and then a bunch more people got added that we didn't know. Yeah. It was just a bigger group. It was
people that we didn't know.
Neither one of us were comfortable with it, so it was really hard to say. We decided the day before that now we're not coming.
Yeah. Well, and so where I was going with this is, so first of all, there's the fact that we decided we weren't comfortable with going, which was completely within our right to be able to say that. And then secondly, we had a couple of friends who are also being super, super, super careful, and even more so than we are. And so they were unable to go to this gathering. But when we had just been tested, they had just been tested. And when we decided we were going to go, we were like, let's just have them over to our house, because now they don't have to spend it alone. They can spend it with us. And they're all friends of the bigger group. And you kind of wanted to be like, we're staying home because, I don't know, I think you wanted to say we didn't feel well or something like that.
No, I just didn't want to get into that we had the other friends here because I didn't want people to feel like that was the plan all along.
And I was like, no, you have to be honest, because if that comes out, then it becomes you dig yourself into a deeper hole. Mm-hmm. It's not good. Better be honest. And we were, and it all worked out just fine.
It's true. It's true. So Kelly has a good question there. Where'd it go? Because you just scrolled the frig past it.
Ooh. Point at it with your finger.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Look for Kelly's question. Right there, Mother Deals.
What's the most risky thing you've ever done?
Probably divorcing my husband for this one.
You took a big risk.
Yeah, so most of you guys that have been watching us for a while probably know the story. But the reality is that, yeah, I was married when I met Katy, and I divorced my husband before I had even held her hand to be with her.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
We didn't have any kids together.
Didn't really pay off for you.
Don't worry.
Now you got me driving you.
Don't worry. He's not brokenhearted. He's very happy living with someone else in Texas. I mean, it ended up working out. We were not in a happy marriage, but yeah, so it was a super risky, leaving an almost 13-year marriage for the unknown in all ways. And then look what I got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What was the riskiest thing you ever done?
I don't know. I can't really think of it because it's much easier for me to. Here's the thing. I am a creature of routine and habits. I like to have a set routine. It makes me comfortable. However, I feel like my personality is I'm very much opposites in the same brain. Like I can be an extrovert, but I'm actually more of an introvert. And so when it comes to risk and change, while I like things to be the same, I'm one of those people where multiple times in my life I've been like, F it, I'm doing something completely different and I don't care. And when I make those decisions, I should do it. But it doesn't feel risky to me because I'm not scared or nervous about it. Like I wasn't scared or nervous about throwing everything to the wind and coming here. So
yeah, I've done risky things before, but that's definitely the riskiest for sure.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Would you buy a self-driving car if it was affordable?
I don't know. It still kind of freaked me out. There's always room for error. So yeah, probably not.
I would, if it was affordable and it was like the common thing. Here's what I think about it. Sometime in the next, I'd say 10 years max. That's all there's going to be is self-driving cars. You're not even going to own cars anymore in the future. This is me philosophize. It drives her crazy when I go off on these tangents.
George Jetson.
When I go off on these tangents, it drives her a little crazy. But I think that our future is that there will only be self-driving cars. You won't even be able to drive your own car on a highway or freeway. But what's going to be really cool about it is you'll basically just pay like maybe a monthly service fee. And then anytime you want to go somewhere, you go beep, 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 beep. The car pulls up, you get into it, you go. And you never have to worry about like owning a car, storing a car, maintaining a car.
I have friends that live in the Boston area that don't own cars, that just, they take the T everywhere for work. And then every once in a while on a Saturday or a Sunday, they rent a zip car to go and run errands.
Yeah. But you don't have to do that. You literally, the car will just show up at your house. There's nobody inside the car that you have to talk to or deal with. You get in the car and you go. And I think that's going to be everything. And how many accidents happen? I mean, accidents are probably one of the top ways that people die.
I don't know.
They will be practically non-existent. So any error that happens, it's going to rarely happen. It's going to be like plane crashes. Like it rarely ever happens. And we will no longer have auto accidents and no longer have auto accident deaths.
Okay.
It's going to be awesome.
Tracy has a good question in there.
Oh, is she on the commercial break?
She must be.
What's one thing you should stop doing but won't?
Katy will tell you what she thinks I should stop doing.
No, I got it.
What should I stop doing? I personally
but won't.
It's not that I won't, but I haven't been able to find a way to stop doing it yet. I need to stop being so self-critical about mostly about my weight. That's my biggest flaw. I'm a chubby girl. I haven't always been a chubby girl, but I've been a chubby girl for the past few years, and I yo-yo diet, and I'm terrible. And I'm constantly being self-deprecating about it, and Katy hates it. Mm-hmm. So that's probably the thing I need to do. I need to stop doing. I need to realize that it doesn't matter if I'm chubby. I'm still pretty freaking fantastic, and I have to get over that shit because nobody cares about it except me. Yeah. And it's definitely an issue.
Well, and I think here's the thing, because I tell her this all the time, and she is willfully against what I say to her. you can't control the way you think. You can't control the way you think about yourself. You can't control the thoughts that come into your head, but you can control your actions. And your actions include the words that you say out loud. And so, yes, I might think bad things about the way I look when I look in the mirror. I might think bad things about whatever. But if I vocalize that and I vocalize it regularly, I feel like, in my opinion, that vocalizing it makes you think it more, and it really pushes it in and ingrains it into you. Whereas the action of speaking it out loud is something you can control. And by stopping that, I feel like it will help the thoughts to quiet a little bit and make them not so. I just feel like putting that out into the universe vocally makes it worse.
Okay, let's talk about what you need to stop doing, not what I need to stop doing.
Maybe talking so much, but I ain't stopping. And probably procrastinating, which, I will try. I try to work on it sometimes, but I wouldn't say I won't do it, but will I likely do it? Probably not.
Maybe someday.
There's always trying, right?
Maybe someday. Procrastination,
I'm
let's see.
Any other questions, guys?
I did see a couple. Scroll back a little bit. There were a few there. Oh, Teresa, that's a good one. Who do you wish you could get back in contact with? So I have a couple of friends that I was very close with in junior high and high school that I wish I could get back into contact with, even though our lives are incredibly different now. No falling out or anything, just one of those things. And, we just lost touch like people do. I mean, I'm 45. I'm talking about people I was friends with and I was like 16, 17, 18. So yeah, there's a couple of people that I dream about them occasionally. So like, I know that they are still in my mind if I, if I actually have dreams about these people. So yeah, I probably should do that.
I don't know. I'm not much of a backwards thinker. I'm sure there's people that I would like to see again, but I don't spend much time thinking about who I should get back into contact with. Most people, if I wanted to get back in contact with them, I could, and I would. And I would go ahead and do it now, but meh.
Jamie J, are you too interested in ever raising kids together? No, we are way too old to have kids. So I have a daughter. She's 28. I'm ready to be a grandparent. And no, we're too old.
One of our, actually, I think it was my,
I'm 45. She's
my nephew's wife.
She's almost 42.
I guess I could just call her my niece-in-law.
Yeah, your niece-in-law.
Anyway, which her parents are actually sellers, online sellers. And I knew them first, just total random coincidence. But she posted something recently, and it was like some woman. It's like me at the pool on vacation, me on a cruise at 45, like laughing at my friends because they decided to have their kids late in life, and mine are all grown. Because she's pretty young. She's like 22 or something like that. They just had their first kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like me never having kids, and I don't have to worry about it. So dogs are enough. I
had my daughter at 17, and I was a single mom for the first 12 years. And I don't regret a second of it. That was fully my choice. I worked very hard. And I loved being a young mom, even though it's hard. You just do what you got to do, right? I mean, I don't think it was that difficult, to be honest with you. But I love the fact that I was 35 when she moved out of the house. She's grown. She's done grown.
Yeah.
I raised her. She's 28. She did not boomerang, knock on wood. And she's doing okay. So
Jamie says that we both look younger than our age.
Well, thank you, Jamie. I love you.
I'll be 42 in April.
I'll be 46 I'll be 46 in June. So I'm getting old, damn it.
Tommy has a good question. What were each of you like in high school? Nerds, popular, band geeks, smoke in the corner crowd?
Can we combine the two?
Well, what were you?
So I was somewhat popular. I don't want to say I was super popular. Tracy, who's in the chat, was a friend of mine in high school. So she can probably objectively say what I was like in high school. I wasn't super popular, but I wasn't a nerd or a band geek. I did smoke on the corner. I was a little bit of a bad girl and a rocker chick. But I don't want to say I was popular as in I was like, oh my God, I'm a popular cheerleader and you guys all suck. I was friends with everybody. I was friends with the band geeks. I was friends with the nerds. I was friends with the popular kids. So I kind of rode that middle wave, I have to say. I was, I liked everybody.
Yeah. So I loved high school. Middle school was a lot harder. Middle school is when I dealt with like bullies and stuff like that. High school was awesome. I loved high school. My high school years were great. I had great teachers. I had good friends, a good group of friends. And I would say, my freshman year, I played basketball. I was super good at sports in middle school. Freshman year, I had a bad experience with it. And so I didn't do it anymore after that. So I was more of a drama kid. I did plays and stuff like that throughout high school. And I was in government, student council and stuff like that. But I was definitely, like Vikki said, I was friends with everybody. I wasn't popular like the popular kids are. But I would say at my school, it's like we had the different cliques, but particularly like my grade, and I have a couple teachers who would back this up. My grade, we were unique and everybody was pretty much nice to each other. Like people got in fights, but there wasn't like a lot of bullying. There wasn't a lot of like super mean people or anything like that. Everybody for the most part got along, and I was friends with just about everybody. I was friends with stoners. I had friends who were the quote unquote more popular kids. I was kind of considered, people thought I was funny. I think I got voted like class clown my senior year. I was just silly and like I am now. But I was also like one of the smart kids. But I was friendly with everybody. Like everybody was my buddy and I got along with everybody just like I do now pretty much. I don't know that I had anybody that like hated me. Nobody was mean to me in high school. So
yeah, I mean, like Tracy said, I was in like they call it the I team. It was the gifted program in like junior high and freshman year in high school. And then I took all like honors classes and stuff like that. So I guess I was a nerd. But I was a nerdy.
Smart doesn't automatically make you a nerd.
I was a nerdy rocker chick, if that makes sense. I don't know. Is slut a category in high school? Because I was kind of a slut too. So I mean, let's face it. Let's be real.
Well,
what else is there? Let me see.
Let's see.
Oh, Liz has a good question.
Where?
Scroll up.
Right here?
Yeah.
If you could join any past or current band or artist, who would you want to join? I don't have an answer for that.
Oh, Runaways. Hands down.
Oh, you want to be one of the Runaways?
Hands down.
Weren't they like assaulted by their
other than the rapey manager part? To be a rocker in the 80s in LA on the Sunset Strip, a rocker chick, hands down, I would have wanted to be a Runaway.
I'll probably be in a punk band, maybe No Effects or something like that. They need a girl on their team. Lady Luck Junk, do you believe everything happens for a reason, or do we just find reasons after things happen? I don't think things necessarily happen for a reason in that they were meant to happen a certain way. I do, however, think that we can find value in things happening the way they happen because they bring us to something that makes us happy. So any path you go down, as long as it doesn't lead to death and destruction, any path that you go down, you can potentially be happy in, and you can say, well, I'm glad, like for instance, Vikki, was in a relationship before me that she was in for 12 years, but she had pretty good reason that she should have probably left 2 years into it. And if I were her friend back then, I would have said, you need to like get out and stay
out. A lot
of
my friends did say that.
And that would have been
to be fair,
that would have been the right and healthy choice at that time. However, because she got back together with this person, eventually she ended up moving to Vegas. And eventually she ended up in a certain friend group that allowed me to be able to meet her. And there were choices that I made over the past, within the past like 5 years or so, that were not good choices. However, they led me to where I am an eBay seller, an online seller, which also is a reason that I ended up being a part of a community that allowed us to meet each other. And now we're together, and now we're here talking to you. And I would say that, maybe if we had both made better choices in the past, we would end up on different paths where we would have been very, very happy and been like with somebody else, both of us, where we'd look back and be like, oh, we're so lucky that we ended up together and it was meant to be. And it's like, well, this is just the path that we ended on and we're very happy. And I'd say that we can take value and learn and be the best person we can be now because of the paths that we took, if that makes sense.
In a rambly way.
You shut your mouth.
Do I think everything happens for a reason? I don't know that. I think I'm probably more of the latter. I think it's a combination of the two. Let's be fair. I think it's a combination of the two. I think that it's, we do need to find reasons. Just that's human nature. We need to find reasons in life and reasons for things. So that helps us to categorize things in our minds and in our psyche. That's a normal human categorization skill. But I do think, not that we're predestined, but I do believe that things do happen for a reason. You know, for the longest time, I couldn't understand why I survived the Station nightclub fire when 100 people died and several hundred people were injured. Some, you know, horrifically so. And I walked out virtually, physically unscathed. But I do believe that the work that I've put in the last 18 years to help and honor the burn community and help people and pay it forward and all of those things, that has made me who I am. Every experience that I've had in my life has made me the person that I am. I don't regret a single thing. I don't regret being a mom at 17. I don't regret being divorced at 18. I don't regret being in a horrific fire. Every experience has made me the person that I am today. And every experience has made me a better person, I think. So for me, I'm grateful for all of the bad things because they help you appreciate the good things. And they've helped me grow.
The reality is no matter what, this life, this world ends in tragedy for each and every one of us. None of us get out of this alive. Some of us are going to have a harder time at it. Some of us are going to have an easier time at it. But I think, like anything else, it's how you handle the situations you go through that will make you who you are. And whether or not you're going to be a better person for it or a worse person for it, it's up to you. And everything's relative. So it's what you make of it.
Hey, Destiny, good to see you in the chat. So Megan asks, how do you make friends and find ways to socialize again in today's world?
You're looking at it, man.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to only have online friends.
No.
But I will tell you that some of the greatest and best friends that I have been people that I've met in the reselling community in the last 5 years. And I'm very fortunate for that. And I include Katy in that, and I include a lot of these people in the group, Liz and Teresa and Lorna, and just they're people that have become real life, very close friends that we actually spend time traveling to visit with one another and talking together all the time. Immerse yourself in a community that you feel comfortable in. And if that's the reselling community for you, whatever that is, that is a way for you to meet people. If you live somewhere where you can join a local meetup, I'm not saying every single person is going to be your cup of tea. Not every single person that comes to my meetup is somebody that I'm going to hang out with and go have lunch with and have a beer with, but I have something in common with everyone there. And then you choose to further those relationships, like Corey. Corey is a local reseller and my friend that I met through our meetup groups and through eBay. And like that kind of stuff is having that in common with somebody is very important because they understand already what you're doing.
Well, so. and the nice thing about it is that in the normal world, if you take social media and the internet out of the equation, in the normal world, like once you're done with school, it's like, it's really hard to like make new, you know how like most people, like the best friends they have or the best friendships they have are the people that they grew up with.
And that's still true. My closest friends are my lifelong friends.
It is still true. But I would say that like right now, some of our closest friends are ones that we've met within the last like 5 years. And it's because of eBay, because of selling online. And before the internet, it was basically like, once you're done with school, it's like, yeah, maybe you'll meet people at, bars. Maybe you'll meet people at work, depending on what kind of job you have. But it's work. It's really, really hard to meet people when you're older and looking for people and communities on the internet is it's very different from our parents' generation.
Yeah, it's realistic that is a way to meet people for sure. Like, resellers, we're our own breed, right? And not everybody's the same. We're all different, just like anything else. We all come from different walks of lives, have different backgrounds, and have different goals and different ways that we sell. If we I would say that the majority of the people that we interact with through our eBay group or through this these chats every week are people that we want to spend time with in person and would and have spent time with in person if at all possible. But that's not always going to be the case.
Yeah.
I would say, Megan, if you have the opportunity, if you have a local meetup group, join that local meetup group. And if you don't have one local, create one. And if you want to know how to do that, just contact me personally, and I can walk you through how to build a meetup group.
Well, and Megan's super involved too with like the
streetwear community, of
people
course,
on Instagram, and they've been doing.
And she may not want
to
to be friends with all those bros. That might be a whole different thing too. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but that I don't have.
Rude.
They're a lot younger than me, most of them, and I don't have a lot in common with that. But in general, it's nice to meet people like that. So,
speaking of people we'd like to reconnect with, Callie, what's going on?
What's up, girl?
Haven't seen you in forever.
It's been a minute.
Good to see you, Callie. Good to see you. And I also saw Pat Norman in the chat.
For sure.
Awesome.
So, like, here's the thing: if you guys ever if you come to Vegas, I know most of you don't live in Vegas. The ones that do live in Vegas, I have met. Most of you belong to our meetup group. If you ever come to Vegas, definitely reach out to us. We're totally down for going to get a beer or get some tacos or go have some coffee. Or
I
whatever.
will eat tacos for any reason.
Go thrifting, hang out. We want to meet people. And no, we're not going to charge you to go thrifting with you. Sorry, not my thing. We can go thrifting and hang out together because I want to get to know people in the community.
I may charge them a taco.
Well, maybe a taco.
I'll buy my own tacos. Anyway, Jamie wants to know if either of us have jealousy issues.
No.
I've never been a jealous person.
I have been when I was younger, but I outgrew that a while ago. And here's the other thing. When you give up as much as we've both given up to be with each other and the stuff that we've been through in the last 3.5 years of our relationship, there is zero reason to be a jealous or insecure person.
Yeah.
I just... And I'm not going to say that I have not been jealous in my past, but this is probably my first relationship where I'm not in the least little bit jealous.
Yeah, I've never had a jealousy issue. I've been with people in the past where, a couple times or started to date somebody and, I've never been attracted to the whole playing hard to get. If somebody acts like they're not interested in me, it's not a very attractive feature. Whereas some people really like that chase. It's like, that's not, I want to be with somebody who's into me. And if they're not into me, then they're not into me. But I don't get jealous. I don't freak out. We were just talking about this the other night. The only thing I do get mad about is if I feel like somebody's disrespectful to her, and we've been out before and had some dude.
She gets defensive.
Yeah.
She gets defensive.
But that's not a jealousy thing. That's more like, what the F is that?
It's the only time you'll see Katy get heated.
Mm-hmm.
She's the way calm, cool, collected one. I'm the psycho bitch. So, I'll get mad about anything. She only gets mad if someone disrespects me. You can disrespect her all you want. I shouldn't say that.
Well, no.
To a degree.
If somebody touched me, I'll get punched in the face.
She ignores it and doesn't really care, and she'll laugh and walk away. She doesn't care about that stuff where I'm ready to throw down at a moment's notice, where she gets mad if someone disrespects me. Let's see. Callie says she might be in the Vegas airport in June for a layover. We're definitely getting an airport beer.
Have an airport
for
beer.
Sure.
Yeah, we're only like 10 minutes away from the airport, which is nice. So we will absolutely come hang out with you, Callie. We haven't had tacos in a while. What's up with that?
I know.
All right, so we're an hour in, so we'll probably wrap things up. But
there was another question there. I'm having a good time.
Oh, sorry.
I like these questions.
Sorry. Let's keep going. What's the other question you want?
There was another question about what could you do if you woke up. Oh, Danica, if you woke up tomorrow with no fear, what would you do first?
What would you do?
See, someone said not skydive, and I would say definitely skydive. That would be my thing. I've always wanted to go skydiving, yet I'm terrified of heights. And she has no desire to go with me, so I will probably never do it.
I have told her, you are not allowed to ever try to pressure me into skydiving.
I won't.
have no interest in doing it. I do not like the way it feels to accelerate in a free fall.
Yes, at Britain, we have not forgotten that we owe you tacos. We need to go out and get tacos.
Why do we owe Britt tacos?
Because he gave me a pool cover that he found for my little mini pool.
So I believe what you're saying is that you
owe him tacos. You can come if you want, or screw it. I'll just take Britt for tacos.
You can buy us both tacos. Whatever. How about that? Britt just recently went to yesterday's Fits and bought like 350 t-shirts from Jesse. Jesse cleared out like a bunch of his stuff and got an awesome deal on a huge bulk buy. I don't think I've ever bought 350 pieces anywhere all in one go, but now he's a little overwhelmed. So
Nate says he'd be super, bold and go to the bins without gloves if he could wake up without fear.
That doesn't scare me.
Yeah. Ugh, gross.
I don't know that I have anything that like I'm particularly.
Danica's got some good questions. What's our favorite memory of us? Well, sweetheart, we've only met you that one time at the last open, but I would say I had a lot of fun with you and your husband when we were hanging out waiting for Casey's late ass to show up at the casino.
Are you sure she's talking about herself or you and me?
Us. I meant her. Whatever.
But we did have a good time. We did have a good time with Danica. Danica's one of those people that, like, there's certain people you meet, and it's like it feels like you're hanging out with somebody you've been friends with for a long time.
Yes.
Very easy to hang out with. And
both her and her husband, super
honestly,
outgoing,
I
friendly.
don't know them at all. I don't know Danica at all, really. But when we were hanging out for the very short time we had a lot of fun, and it was very easy and nice. And
yeah, we'd totally hang out again next time you come to
Vegas. We had a good time.
We had a great time.
I don't know. We can clarify that question because I feel like
she said she clarified it down further down. Sorry, I'm a dumbass. I read it literally, not y'all.
Because I'm pretty sure. Favorite memory of us. Let's see. Dallas was really fun. Our early days of being able to travel back in the good old days, going to Washington was really fun. I think one of my favorite memories is when we went to visit Lorna and we got to crash her friend's wedding reception.
Oh,
that was super fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Speaking of Vikki drinking,
I was drunk.
She actually drank it up that night, like for realsies. But we had a really good time, and it was really fun. And it was like, normally I wouldn't like going to a party where I don't really know anybody. But Lorna has a really cool group of friends, and they felt like they were our friends pretty much right away. Mm-hmm. And it was really fun. And it was their wedding reception, and they knew we were coming, but we didn't know them. And so it was just kind of
I think Dallas, we had a lot of fun when we went to Dallas. Mm-hmm. We went to Dallas in the early part of our relationship, very early part of our relationship. We were not living together yet. We went to Dallas for one of my yearly conferences, and Katy came and joined me and got to meet a lot of my friends in the burn community. And really we actually hung out in Dallas for a few days, and we had a lot of fun.
Yep, absolutely.
Michigan with Laura. I think that's really, we have a lot of fun when we go away together.
It's true. And we're actually we have a trip booked to finally go back to Rhode Island late April. And I'm really excited because I do think most likely we will be able to get vaccinated by then, but everybody that we will be seeing there most likely will be vaccinated already.
That's vulnerable anyway.
Yeah, so we're hoping it's going to be towards the end of April. So we're really hoping we will be. But regardless, her parents are, and we just really want to see them because it's been so long. And so we're going to Rhode Island, which I'm excited about because I'm going to eat some hot wieners. Mm-hmm. I'm going to eat some lobster rolls.
Teresa, Phoenix is like our second home at this point.
Hey,
we always have fun with you.
We tried to go to Phoenix when we went to Palm Springs. This is what happened. Vikki was having a little mini meltdown, feeling like she was so sick, probably 2 or 3 times maybe since this whole lockdown stuff not being normal. She's gone, I hate it, and gone crazy. Mm-hmm. And so the most recent time that happened, I was like, hey, let's plan a trip. Let's get out of here. Let's do it. We'll go to Phoenix. We'll book Teresa's Airbnb. We'll go hang out in Phoenix, do some sourcing. And then we talked to Teresa and she was all booked up. So Teresa, you were choice number 1. And then we ended up going to Palm Springs. But
we had a great time in Palm Springs.
We are going to Phoenix also in
April.
And that is
second week of April. We're going to
go.
Phoenix. And then the third week of April, we are going to Rhode Island. And somewhere in between, I'm driving to California to get some dental work done.
What happened to you yesterday?
Because I chipped my front tooth.
One of her front teeth.
And I have a filling that fell out last year. And because of COVID, I didn't go to the dentist and take care of it. Thankfully, it doesn't hurt. There's nothing exposed. But yeah, I need to get some dental work done. And as I was talking with Jen Lee earlier today, the insurmountable task, which anyone that suffers from anxiety or suffers and lives with anxiety will understand what that means. The picking up the phone to make an appointment and actually do something can sometimes be overwhelming. And for me, that has been very difficult. Getting on the phone and going to the dentist. I have no fear of the dentist. I even have dental insurance. Yeah. It's not a big deal. I'm not afraid of the dentist or anything like that. It's not one of those things. But yeah, because our friend Mel of the Deb and Mel couple, Mel works at a dentist's office in California. And because she works there, I feel comfortable enough that I just messaged her and she made an appointment for me.
Well, the other part,
and I'm going to pay a few $1,000s out of pocket to get some dental work done rather than getting it done for free with my dental insurance.
But the other part
in Nevada, because I'm an idiot.
But that's not all of it. The other part of it also is that for some reason, dentists here in the Vegas area, it's like they're like, you know, have you ever taken your car to a mechanic and they claim they know what's wrong with your car? They charge you $1 bazillion and then they don't actually fix whatever the problem is. That's basically dentists in Las Vegas, is that they're always trying to upcharge you, charge you for stuff that's not necessary. Mm-hmm. They're just not, it's weird. It's weird here. So it's better.
It's true.
It's better to travel a few hours and go somewhere where you know you can trust the people that are working on your teeth than try to figure out who you can go to here that's not going to tell you and try to claim that you need all this stuff done that you don't really need.
So I'm more willing to go to someone that I know that I can trust through through Mel's assurance and pay out of pocket. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. You go to a dentist here in Nevada and you automatically need a 4-quadrant deep cleaning for $1,500 out of pocket, even though you've just had your teeth cleaned 6 months ago. It's ridiculous. So anyway, I can't deal with that anxiety. So I'm going to go to a dentist that I can trust because Mel told me I can trust him. And there we go.
Yep. I think it'll be cool. Anyway, so yeah, we have a lot of traveling going on. And this next week, we have friends that are going to be in town. Reseller, stranger friends, although they're both friends that we've actually met in real life, so I guess they're not stranger friends anymore. But Dawn and
Lori D'Agostino and Dawn Ortiz are going to be in town this week. We booked a little staycation Tuesday night so we can go stay at Mandalay Bay and party it up with the girls.
We're seriously like leaving the dogs at home by themselves
for one night. Yeah,
for one night.
We got a suite at Mandalay Bay for $80.
Yep.
How could you not? A suite.
So yeah, so we have a lot going on over the next couple months.
Greg says teeth are overrated. I don't know. I'm sorry. Good teeth are an important thing. I'm sorry. You got to take care of your chompers. You got to take care of them.
Yeah.
Your chompers and dirty teeth and dirty fingernails. Those are two pet peeves.
Megan, I say you go for it because you're young. And here's the thing
get a toy hauler and you can keep a ton of inventory in bins if you're going to go just sweatshirts and t-shirts.
Yeah. Here is the thing about being unencumbered. You're recently out of a relationship. You don't have any kids. And while it's a really hard time to be going through, at the same time, if you look at it from a different perspective, you also have a really unique time of freedom where you can do whatever you want and you can make a decision to do anything and you're the only person that you have to answer to. So if you have the means to be able to make that happen, even if it's a little tough, I would say do it because you never want to be like, older and regretting that you could have done this crazy thing and traveled all over the country. Like, what do you have to lose? Yeah. I say, why not? Just do it. Just do it. You're going to have fun.
So, Corey, you forgot to tell me. Corey, we have a suite. You can come sleep on the couch out in the living room if you want. You want to come stay in the suite?
Oh, yeah.
There's room. You're welcome.
Yeah, she got like some ridiculous suite. So that actually would be better because then we'll be making good use of the whole space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can come. Have Cody go to his grandparents and come stay with us.
He's a man now. He just turned 13.
He's not old enough to leave alone overnight. What is wrong with you?
Why not? 13? Come on.
No.
Yeah, he's a good kid. I say do it.
No, yeah, Megan, if you get a toy hauler RV There's plenty of space underneath. There's actually a back room because that's where you'd put a motorcycle or an ATV or whatever. That's why they call it a toy hauler. There's plenty of room for you to stack totes in there.
And if she's by herself, t-shirts, you could carry so much.
You could carry 2,000 t-shirts and sweatshirts there without
for reals
easily.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I say do it. There's been a few times in my life, not just coming here, but there's been a few times where I have just been like, you know what, I'm doing it. I was with somebody who wanted to go to school in New York. And so I had made plans to apply for grad school in New York. And then we ended up breaking up, but I still wanted to go to New York. And I ended up doing it by myself. And let me tell you, I'm so glad I did, because it was this whole adventure going to grad school there and living in Brooklyn for 2 years. And it's like those kinds of things you can't do if you have kids. You can't do necessarily.
No, I had a kid at 17. Are you kidding me, guys? Yeah. I didn't get to do any of the things I wanted to do. I don't regret being a young mom.
No.
But that definitely meant that I didn't get to go away to college like all my friends did. I was, on my way to go to school. It's what you do. I went to work. And I went into sales immediately because I knew that was where I could make good money. And I've just always been in sales in some way or another. So yeah, if you have the ability to take off and do so, that's what my daughter moves around all the time, changes jobs every 3 or 4 months. It drives me batty, but you know what? She's 28. She has does not have to answer to anybody. She has no kids, no husband, no mortgage. I don't care what the heck she is. She is at the perfect age to do whatever the hell she wants.
Yep. Well, it's like my dad.
No
like
regrets.
A couple of years, we used to go on biking trips together. We haven't in a long time, but my dad got really into biking, like bicycles, not motorcycles. And so we did some long distance trips. We rode our bikes from Portland down to California, and then from Portland to Glacier National Park in Montana. Just really awesome, like 10, 11-day trips of riding like 100 miles a day. Really, really fun. And he's done a few without me. He's got some other friends that do this kind of stuff. And so like a year or two ago, he was like talking about how like his pastor, my dad's super conservative church going kind of guy. And he was talking about how his pastor was doing this bike trip across the country or whatever. And he wasn't sure if he should go. It was going to be like a month-long thing, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, he was born in 1949. Dude's like, at the time, he's like 70 years old. Now he's like 72. Stop telling me to continue on. My point is, I told him, like, Dad, you are physically able to do something right now that you will probably not be able to do in 10 years. Like, what is there to decide about? Like, why are you even...
Yeah, just do it.
Like, you're retired. You can do whatever you want. You're physically able to do it. Something you enjoy. Effing do it.
All right. So we are going to give away 2 of these pins, and then we're going to wrap it up. While we're looking at these, you can't even get it to focus.
Wait for it.
There you go. We're going to give away 2 of these pins. Not a Rolo printer. Sorry, Nate. I'm not that rich. Jeez. We make minimum wage on YouTube, guys. We're not giving away printers and shit. We're not Rally Roots. We don't even make minimum wage.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to ask a question. This is the way it works. I will ask you a question, and it will be whoever answers first on our feed, which might be different than yours, so shut your yap. Whoever answers the question correctly first will win the pin. First question. How many minutes into the show did Vikki drop the F-bomb? Go now, answer the question. How many minutes into the show did Vikki drop her first F-bomb tonight? I mentioned it twice. Actually, she mentioned it once. Oh, it's marry me. Marry me. Right there. Correct answer. 6 minutes indeed.
Mary, send a message to Katy's email below and with your full name and your address, and I will ship that out to you this week. Tommy, if you haven't gotten yours already, you should get it any day now.
No, he did.
Did he get it?
Yeah, he got his.
Okay.
All right, so that was my first question. I thought it was pretty good. So Danica says, thank you both for your 2 cents. Here I will give you back 2 cents.
Lucky 7.
777. That's super lucky. Thank you, Danica. We appreciate it appreciate that super chat.
And thank you for hanging out with us, honey.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, you guys need to come to Vegas sometime in the near future.
Someday. She came for a wedding, but she was in and out for the wedding, and it was mid-COVID, I think.
Rude.
I pay attention.
Rude. I apparently don't. Anyway, do you have a
You don't
question
even
based
care.
on?
I have no
I
questions.
do care. You have no, okay, let me think. Let me think. You tell a story. Somebody asked her a question.
Well, there was a question in there that Danica asked if your house was burning down and once you got yourselves and your pets out, if you could go back in and get one thing, what would you get? So for me, it would probably be the box with all of my daughters and it'd be photos. It would be the photo albums. I mean, we've only been online for like 12 years, right? So I need everything before that. I have pictures of, my photo albums, my daughters, childhood pictures. Yeah, but absolutely, hands down. Not anything else is replaceable. That stuff's not.
Yep. Okay. So, let's see. All right. My next question, again, when I say go, it'll be, you have to wait till I say go, and it'll be whoever answers the question correctly first. If Vikki could be in any band of the past, who would it be? What band would she be in? Go. What band?
What band would I be in if I could be in any band from the past?
There we go. Come on. Who's going to be first? And, oh, it's Greg. Dupage Piquer. Oh, yeah. There you go. Good job, guys.
All right, Greg. I would have sent you one anyway. But yeah, Greg, I will send you one. I know I have your address somewhere already. Yeah, so no, Frankie, I love Poison, but I wouldn't have wanted to be in the band.
Yeah.
I want to be a rocker chick. I didn't want to be in Poison.
Yeah. Bonus question. What band, we'll give away one more. What band would I have been in? What band did I say I wanted to be in? Let's see what they say.
You said it very quietly.
I said it very quickly and quietly, and not everybody necessarily knows the band probably.
It would be Greg would probably get it before.
We'll see if anybody was paying attention to one of the things I quietly muttered under my breath. Yeah, see? There no Oh, Danica got it.
Danica, you got it.
Yep.
No effects. So Danica, I don't think have
Air Supply. Teresa, not Air Supply.
Danica, I don't think I have your address. So if you could message Katy, I will send you a pin. And we're going to do this every time we do Friday. I have a bunch of them. I've actually ordered a couple hundred of these pins. So I got them.
Yeah. But
it does cost me $3 to send it out every time. So sorry, people, I'm not sending them all out.
So No Effects, I think, would have been a way more fun band to be in, to hang out with, because Fat Mike and all those guys are super cool and fun. Misfits, on the other hand, while I love the Misfits band.
Oh, Glenn Danzig's a dick.
No, he's not. Actually, Glenn Danzig is super awesome to his fans. He's one of my favorite people I've ever met. But I've heard, not as great stories with other people, which is a similar thing that about your beloved Bret Michaels.
It's true.
Is that other bands don't necessarily like him, but fans do. But Misfits, I've always wanted to have an all-girl cover band. Originally, I wanted it to be called the Misfits, but somebody else already did it, and they did it poorly, so I was annoyed. And so then it was going to be a Misfits cover band called Glenn or Glenda. Don't you make that face?
Dumb.
It is not dumb. Glenn or Glenda, which is an Ed Wood movie, and it's Glenn Danzig. It'd be a Misfits cover band with a girl lead singer. I think quite the clever name.
All right.
Anyway, that's all.
So thanks for spending the last hour and 20 minutes with us babbling. I think we had 100 people at one point, and we're down to about 90 or so now. Yeah. So thanks for hanging out with us. You guys are funny. You're fun. You make us laugh. We appreciate y'all.
We do.
And thanks for hanging out with us.
Yep.
And we will see you Sunday. I'm going to go and find a few more things so that my haul is haul worthy on Sunday.
I got some cool shit, guys.
I do too, but not until next week.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm an idiot.
You ruined it.
I forgot to pull some stuff back.
You ruined it.
See, you know what, Deb? Go-Go's would have been my next one. Did you watch the Go-Go's documentary? Killer.
Mother Deals says, stop picking on me.
Never.
All right, guys. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we will see you day after tomorrow.
We'll see you Sunday.
And I'm serious. I got some cool shit. Bye.
All right.
All right.
See you then. Bye.